today I'm going to be showing you guys my record collection. I'm also going to be ranking them and rating each of the records. So I've been collecting records since like this summer, I think. So I don't have many. I only have I think I have 11, including this one up here. So I think I have 11. But yes, I also have a record player. I'll put the video up there. I've already made the video. That video just explains the record player. It's a Sony record. I think it's Sony. Yeah, Sony record. Is it Sony? Yeah, Sony record player. That record player is really good, so you guys can go watch that video. I'll also put the link in the description down below. But yeah, let's get into the collection, I guess. So it's the first record that I bought, Public Enemy. It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. This is a really good album, in my opinion. A 9 out of 10 album. It's definitely not my favorite album out of all of the collection, but it's definitely a good album. Now, this is like one of the albums that sort of brought me into listening the sort of old school 90s sort of rap. This was made in 1988, so the same year that Straight Out of Compton by NWA came out. I haven't got that record yet. I'm definitely gonna have to get it, but I actually have it as a CD, which I sort of regret because I would have rather got it as a record. But yeah, I'll probably be getting that as a record soon. But yeah, my favorite songs from this album is probably Bring the Noise, Don't Believe the Hype, and Cold Lampin' with Flavor, because that's sort of like a solo song, basically, by Flavor Flav. But yeah, this album is actually really good, and it was my first ever record, and I probably enjoyed listening to this the most. I actually got that record from a store in Cambridge called FOP, basically like HMV, where they do like CDs, DVDs, and records. So I got that from FOP. You can also get that from HMV, I think, and obviously like online from like Amazon and different things like that. So yeah, that was record number 1. So record number 2 is Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day's single. This I got from a second-hand shop in London called Reckless Records. And yeah, it's not an album, is it? This is a great song. I love this song. I'm sure everybody has at least heard of this because it's probably his most famous song, and I think everyone's heard of Ice Cube either from music or like films. But yeah, Ice Cube is my favorite rapper. This is probably definitely my favorite song. But yeah, this one, it's obviously short. It's got only 2 songs in it, 4. Which it's got instrumentals in it as well, and like remixes and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a good record, and I actually bought this for £10, obviously as it was secondhand, but I looked on eBay and they were actually selling for like £80. I don't know if they're like selling any cheaper than that. I'm sure they are, but yeah, I'm actually really happy that I got this for only £10. I would probably rate this record an 8 out of 10, obviously because it's just like 1 song in it, and obviously the album itself, The Predator, is probably a 10 out of 10 album. But yeah, I would love to get The Predator as a vinyl, but yeah, I really like the cover art of it. The cover art's obviously a 10 out of 10. It's actually really nice. But yeah, record number 3 is Nas's Illmatic. This is again a 10 out of 10 album. I think every single album from my collection is a 10 out of 10 album basically, because I've only got good ones and the ones that I know are good. But yeah, this one is probably a top 10, top 5 album for me. Top 5 like best albums. I also got this from Reckless Records, the same record store as the one that I got the Ice Cube single from. This one I got fully new, mint, and this was about £20. So if you get it from like HMV, I think it's £20 as well. So you can probably get this from HMV and FOP as well. But yeah, this is definitely again such a good album. Of course, again another great album if you, to listen to if you want to get into like some old school hip hop. But yeah, best songs from this: New York State of Mind, The World Is Yours, and Represent. So yeah, this the cover art probably my favorite out of the whole sort of rap sort of albums. So the cover art's pretty good. Of course, there's the other one by Nas called It Was Written, and I'm probably going to be getting that, but I haven't actually listened to the album itself, so I'm gonna have to listen to it, because whenever I buy records I make sure that I've listened to the album first and I know that I want to get it. So for example, the Fugees, The Score, I saw that in HMV and I was thinking about getting it, but I've never listened to it before, so I was like, I need to listen to it, and then I know for sure that I want it, and I recently listened to it and I definitely want it. So in the future I'm going to be like buying a whole bunch of more records, so I'll probably be making like a records collection part 2 and even a part 3 in the future. And in the part 2 there will definitely be Fugees, Nevermind by Nirvana, and just a whole bunch of other ones. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for that and like turn on the post notifications so you can like see when that video's out. But yeah, this is also a very good record, and yeah, I'm really happy that I bought this. So this was my 3rd record. Now moving on to the 4th one. Next is the Chronic Dr Dre. So up until now they're all rap albums, but from here on there'll be a few just normal pop and like rock albums coming up. But yeah, this again, 10 out of 10 album, definitely a top 10 album, top 10 best album in my opinion. Yeah, the cover art is decent. Yeah, overall a great album, great cover art as well. Favorite songs from this is Let Me Ride, Nothing But a G-Thang, and Stranded on Death Row. So yeah, this album again, definitely a great album for people who want to sort of get into 90s rap. But yeah, this is like Dr. Dre is probably one of the best producer slash rapper, because you know he sort of made Eminem, Ice Cube, NWA, Eazy-E. He just made that whole thing because you know he made Death Row Records, which has got loads of good rappers in it like Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely probably one of the best producers. Probably he had the biggest impact on rap itself. But yeah, another great album, 10 out of 10. So guys, we're now sort of finally getting into the non-rap stuff. So this is Thriller by Micheal Jackson. I actually got this from a secondhand store. Again, I think this was £12, but yeah, the quality of this is actually really good. And overall, this might actually be my favorite album out of this whole record collection. But yeah, this album is really, really good and definitely a 10 out of 10. Favorite songs, Wanna Be Starting Something, Thriller, and Beat It. Billie Jean is also really good. This album has just got all the great songs. Obviously Human Nature as well. But yeah, this is probably, in my opinion, definitely Micheal Jackson's best album, and probably even my favorite out of the whole collection. So yeah, this was my 5th record, and actually on the day I bought this, I actually bought 2 other records, and they were all from a second-hand shop, so they were quite cheap. So we'll get into them right now. Next is introducing the Hardline according to Terence Trent D'Arby. Now this one, I've never actually heard of this one. My dad actually recommended it to me. I think it was only £8, so it's really cheap. At the time, I'd never heard of this person. I think he changed his name. So yeah, his name is at the moment Sananda Maitreya. I think that's what it says, Sananda Maitreya. But obviously, I'm guessing at the time that this came out, I think this was his first album. It was Terence Trent D'Arby. But yeah, this again is a great album. I haven't actually listened to the whole thing, so I've only like sort of listened to one side and a little bit of the other side of the record. Favorite songs are Wishing Well, I'll Never Turn My Back on You, and If You Let Me Stay. Now, if you know this album, you would know that those 3 songs are all in order, and that is just because I've listened to only one side. So I'm gonna have to like from now on listen to the other side and sort of get to know a bit more, because I'm sure there are more like good songs on that side as well. But yeah, this is also a good album. Of course, I'm not so familiar with the artist itself, so it doesn't really like pop in my mind as much as like Micheal Jackson and stuff like that. But yeah, this is again a great album. Again, Micheal Jackson, Bad. Probably maybe his most well-known album, maybe drawing with Thriller. But yeah, this one is another great album, of course, just really good songs like Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, and like Smooth Criminal. But yeah, this is again probably a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 album. But yeah, the cover art is also really nice. This was, I think, £15 because the quality of the record and the media itself was so good that it was quite expensive. Well, obviously quite expensive for a second-hand record, but yeah, I'm actually really happy that I got this. I think it was because I was holding the Thriller album, and the man at the front of the store was like, oh, if you want another Micheal Jackson album, there's Bad over there. So we went over there and picked it up. So yeah, I was actually really happy that I was able to get this one. Next album is Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. Now, this album is probably the longest out of my whole collection, because I think it's got, well, maybe not the longest, but the most heaviest and probably the most expensive. I think this was £45. But yeah, it has 3 records in it. 2 are just from the normal album, and there are there's a bonus record. But yeah, this is a small record. Luckily, my record player can also play small records, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, this album is really probably Stevie Wonder's best album. You know, since I was a kid, I've always been listening to Stevie Wonder, so I always like love him. I always love his music. And you know, this album has so many songs that like I can't pick the best ones because they're just all so good. But you know, Sir Duke and Isn't She Lovely and things like that are like his bests and always like my favorites because I've just grown up listening to them. But yeah, they're just really good songs. So this album is of course a 10 out of 10 album, maybe 3rd or 4th favorite out of this whole sort of collection. But yeah, I really love this album. So next we are back into rap, Death Certificate by Ice Cube. I was actually really happy that I actually got this record because I couldn't find this record anywhere. I think the only Ice Cube record that is up for sale like right now is his recent one, which is called Everything's Corrupt, and that's not his best album. Obviously this is his best album in my opinion. But yeah, HMV was selling this, and for some reason I thought, oh, they're probably just gonna like take it off after like a week or something, or it's gonna sell out. So I got it straight away as soon as I found out that they were selling it. This is probably my favorite rap album, definitely Ice Cube's best album, sort of drawing with his America's Most Wanted album. I have this as a CD, but if it ever comes out as a record, I'll probably be getting it as a record. But yeah, definitely his best. I was a bit disappointed by the cover art because I was expecting it to be his original cover art, the original album itself's cover art. It was actually the 25th anniversary cover art, because on HMV, I bought this offline, online I mean, but it was displayed as his old 1991 cover art, so I was really excited because that's like probably my favorite cover art in the whole of like rap albums. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed that it was this. It's still pretty nice cover art. Of course this album has some unreleased songs, or like some songs that were released on his newest album, like Only One Me, Good Cop Bad Cop, and like Dominate the Week. So those ones are like his recent songs and definitely not his best songs. But yeah, those songs sort of downgrade this album. I don't really want to say that, but yeah, there's recent songs, they're not terrible. I fell in love with the album itself. Favorite songs, every single song on this album is probably my favorite song, except from Black Korea and like stuff like that. But yeah, No Vaseline, most brutal diss track in my opinion. You know, I love NWA so much, but you know, Ice Cube definitely won the diss track dissing battle. A Bird in Hand, Look Who's Burning, Giving Up the Nappy Dugout, Steady Mobbing, My Summer Vacation, No Vaseline. They're just all such good songs, and this is probably maybe not the best. It's hard. Maybe Enter the Wu-Tang might be the best rap album, but this is definitely in my top 3, top 5 best rap albums ever, because it just is. Another amazing album to listen to if you want to start getting into that 90s stuff, but yeah. Next is Mother's Milk by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers are definitely my favorite band. Yeah, I have all this albums and CDs. My dad actually has this in a CD, but I don't. So I said I'm gonna get a record. Found this in HMV, 2 for 40 quid. And this is maybe Red Hot Chili Peppers in their prime. Their best albums is either this one, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, or Californication. Next, Red Hot Chili Pepper vinyl I will be getting is probably Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and maybe that might be the last one since I have all the other ones as CDs up here. But yeah, this again, great album. Some amazing songs like Subway to Venus, Higher Ground, Good Time Boys, just like all, like Knock Me Down as well. They're just all really good songs. Such an amazing record. But yeah, again, cover art is really good. And yeah, overall, just such a good album, maybe their best. But yeah, I just love this one so much. So my next and final album is Enter the Wu-Tang by Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan, definite drawing with NWA in like a rap group. So best rap group, Wu-Tang Clan or NWA. I don't know which one, so it's gonna be a draw, but let me know in the comments down below what you think. But yeah, great album. Every single song on this album is in my playlist. They're just all good, and I honestly just love the album itself. This is again a 10 out of 10 album. Just such good songs like Cream and Method Man and Protect Your Neck and Wu-Tang 7th Chamber. They're just all such good songs. And yeah, overall, just the whole group is just such good members and a great album. Probably, definitely Wu-Tang Clan's best and the best album of, I think it was 1994, but whatever year this came out, this was probably the best album of the year. Wu-Tang Clan, probably the best group of rap. And yeah, overall, just a great album if you want to listen to and like sort of get into that old school hip hop. So guys, that is it for the collection itself, and let's now get into the rankings. All of the records are so good that, for example, when I put this in number 11 spot, it doesn't mean that this is bad. It just means that it's just not as good as the other ones. But yeah, this is at number 11, obviously because it's a single record and it's not like a whole album. So at number 10, I have Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation and Millions to Hold Us Back. And the reason is just because it's again a 9 out of 10 album, but all of the other records in this collection are just like better than this one. It doesn't mean that this is bad. This is definitely like one of the best records that I have, but it's just that they're all so good. But yeah, still a great album, but it is in the number 10 spot. In the number 9 spot, I've got this album, the Introducing the Hardline according to Trent D'Arby, and to be honest, the reason is just because I haven't listened to it that much. I'm sure if I listen to it, then it might be higher on the list, but I don't know. But yeah, this again, still a really good album with some amazing songs in it, but it is in the number 9 spot. I'll make sure I listen to it, maybe in record collection number 2, it might be high on the list. In number 8, I have Bad by Micheal Jackson. Now, this is, again, just such a good album, but I just haven't listened to it as much as all the other ones. So again, it's a great album, definitely not Micheal Jackson's best, but still an amazing album, and I just feel like I need to listen to it a little bit more. But yeah, this is at the number 8 spot. So guys, at number 7, I have Dr. Dre's The Chronic. Again, such a good album, maybe rap's best album, definitely a top 10 album. But yeah, the reason this is in the number 7 spot is just because the other albums, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I did enjoy more than this one. And of course, like some great featurings from like Snoop Dogg and the DOC, but still, you know, it's just in the number 7 spot. But overall, this is definitely his best album, but yeah, it is in the number 7 spot. So at number 6, I have Mother's Milk by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This, again, an amazing album. Only reason it's at number 6 is just because, you know, it's still such a good album, but it's obviously, like I say again, not as good as the other ones. But yeah, again, 10 out of 10 album, definitely recommend it to some of you guys. Of course, if you want to sort of get into the rock and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, then I definitely recommend this album to you. So guys, at number 5, I have Illmatic by Nas. Now, this is 10 out of 10 album, definitely again, recommend it to people who want to get into that old school hip hop. I did enjoy listening to this one, and it's just overall a really good album. So guys, at number 4, I have Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. Again, probably one of rap's best albums. Love it so much. Enjoy listening to it. Some amazing songs. That is why it's in the number 4 spot. So now we are into the top 3. So let's get into it. So at number 3, I have Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. An amazing album, a long album, comparing it to like Illmatic. But yeah, overall, this is just such a nice album. Really cool sort of looking cover art. And yeah, overall, I just love the bonus record because I was really like surprised when I opened it up and a little tiny 7-inch record fell out. I've just grew up listening to this, and definitely one of the best singers. Amazing album, 10 out of 10, definitely recommend it. Number 3. So at number 2, I have Micheal Jackson's Thriller. Again, an amazing album, probably Micheal Jackson's best album. Every single song in this album is just so good. This album is just full of every single good song by Micheal Jackson, and yeah, that's why it's in the number 2 spot. So guys, finally, in number 1, I have put Ice Cube's Death Certificate. Now, obviously, Ice Cube is my favorite rapper, and this is probably my favorite album by Ice Cube. This would have been a lot better if it had the old cover art, but I honestly don't mind. All I care about is the songs, and the songs are just amazing. But No Vaseline, probably the best song out of all of this. Maybe sort of a drawing with Steady Mobbin' and Look Who's Burning. But yeah, just such a good album. Definitely Ice Cube's greatest album, and yeah, just recommend this to anyone who likes old school hip hop and wants to get into that sort of style of music. So yeah, so guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you disagree with the ratings, please let me know down below. And yeah, I'll be putting all of these records into the links of like where I bought them from down below in the description. I'll try and find them, but yes, I'll put all the links down below in the description. So yeah, make sure you go check them out. And if you want another records video, I'll be making a part 2 once I get more. Maybe when I get like 20 records or like 25 records, I might be making a new one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it, subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.